Hello everybody, how is your day today? I'm going to do another what I eat in a day video, and as usual I start off with coffee, but today, surprise surprise, I'm using a different creamer. I'm using the Danish style butter cookie creamer. I found this at the store, never heard of it before. I don't even think I've tried a butter cookie, but it sounded good, so I bought it, and it's actually pretty good. It's a nice change up to what I usually eat, so really liked that. And then for breakfast, this is a breakfast that I go to a lot because I just really like this breakfast. I've eaten this for years. So I just toast up 2 pieces of bread, and I like my bread extremely toasted when I make this. Like, I like almost burnt bread because I don't know why, I just like the flavor, but just really crispy, you know? And Elena actually had to stay home from school this day, so she wanted to help me out with filming this. So she wanted to smear some peanut butter on my toast, but it's just basically peanut butter and jelly toast. I know, basic. This is not like a life-changing recipe by any means, but this is something that I eat really often. And sometimes I eat 2, sometimes I eat 1. It kind of just depends on how hungry I am. This particular day I ate 2, but yeah, sometimes I'll just eat 1, or sometimes I'll have like fruit on the side. So next up is snack, and my daughter was homesick, like I said, and whenever my kids are homesick, we get to go to Dairy Queen and get a Misty Freeze. Now, if you've never had a Misty Freeze from Dairy Queen, I highly recommend it. It's what I used to get when I was sick, when I was little, and I always get the lemon lime flavor, and Elena got the grape flavor, but they're the best like snack for like sick days. And what you can do is freeze them, and it kind of makes like this really yummy icy ice cream type of thing. It's really good. So I had to get one for myself as well. And then for lunch, I had these leftover hard-boiled eggs from Easter, and I needed to use them up, so I decided to go ahead and just do egg salad. And I peeled 2 eggs. If anybody has any tips on how to make eggs easier to peel, please leave it in the comments. I've tried vinegar in the water, I've tried baking soda in the water, and it never seems to work. So if anybody has any good tips for making eggs easier to peel, please let me know. But I just chopped those up and I put them in a mixing bowl. And then I had this broccoli coleslaw stuff left over that I picked up. I kind of just wanted to have this in my fridge to see like what I could use it for like stir fries and all sorts of different things. And I decided to put it in this, and it actually turned out really good. It gave the egg salad a lot of crunch, which I really liked. So I put that in there, and then I put in about like 1/4 of a cup of mayo, and then a little squirt of mustard, and then salt and pepper. And then you want to I use this real salt. This is like a chickeny flavored salt. I don't really know how to explain it. It's just a really flavorful, yummy salt. And then some garlic powder. You could put onion powder in there as well, parsley, whatever you want to use. But it ended up turning out really delicious. Loved it. And I will put a link in the lower bar to that Redmond salt that I put in there. So then I just toast up a piece of bread. You can make 2 of these if you want, or you can do like a sandwich style. I was still kind of full from that Misty Freeze, so I wasn't super duper hungry, so I just did like an open face sandwich. And I put that on top of the bread. I piled it up pretty high. And then I sprinkled some smoked paprika on top, kind of like a deviled egg. And then I had some alfalfa sprouts. I love sprouts so much, so I placed that on top. And that was it for my little open face sandwich. And then I did an apple, because apples are one of my favorite fruits. I've always really loved apples, and I've eaten them a lot in my life. So I put that on the side, and that was my healthy little lunch. Okay, so for dinner, I decided to do breakfast for dinner, and this is actually one of my husband's favorite dinners, and I absolutely love it too. It's a really good switch up. So I use this faux sausage. I think this is by Light Life, I'm pretty sure. I'll have to check for you guys to make sure, but I'm pretty sure it's Light Life. But I use an entire package of this, and I break it up into really small pieces, and I really let it char and get kind of like charred on the outsides, and it kind of gets like that crispy type of texture, and it tastes a lot like real sausage. I do add a little bit of salt though, and I fried it up in a little bit of avocado oil. And once that gets kind of crispy and crunchy, I take it off of the heat, and then I put in more avocado oil into the pan, and I pour in these frozen potatoes. And I love these because it has the peppers that are kind of mixed in, and I always feel like these just cook faster than fresh potatoes. Of course, you could use fresh potatoes and fresh peppers if you want, but I always just get the frozen ones, and they taste really good, and I like them, and they're easy and fast. So, and then I just do salt and pepper, of course. I kind of salt and pepper throughout. And then I used some onion powder, and I forgot to add garlic. I don't know why I forgot to add garlic, but I did. So you can add garlic. And then this real salt again. And then I added some smoked paprika to give it a little bit of flavor and a little bit of color. And that is about it for seasonings, but you can add in pretty much any seasoning that you want. And I just kind of mix those around, kind of cook them up a little bit. Once they're about halfway done, I re-add the sausage, and I kind of let those cook down together. So while the sausage is cooking, I go ahead and I put some avocado oil on a pan. I would normally use spray, but I ran out of spray. And then I am frying up 4 eggs. Me and Travis will eat 2 eggs each, and I cook them on like medium heat, and I salt and pepper them really well. And I like my yolks to be runny, but not super duper runny. So I make my eggs like over medium, I would say. I do not like sunny side up eggs. It grosses me out, so I have to flip them over. But I do like a little bit of runniness to kind of act as like a sauce. So that is what I do for the eggs, and I just plate it on the plate. I do a big pile of the potatoes and sausage, and then I put the 2 eggs on the side. And with the girls, I'll usually serve them a little bit of the potatoes. They're not a huge fan of the potatoes, but then I'll do 1 egg and usually a waffle on the side. Like I'll give them a waffle, and they really like that. And I served up ours with this avocado, and that's a definite must. The avocado is so good on it. I love egg, like over easy or over medium egg with avocado. So good, especially on toast. It's amazing. And then I salt and pepper everything up, and I also use the Everything Bagel seasoning from Trader Joe's, and I sprinkle that on top as well. And that is our fantastic, yummy dinner. So, pretty easy day. I ate a lot of carbs this day, probably not enough vegetables, but you know, we're not perfect every single day with what we eat. This is just what I ate this particular day. So don't go hating on me because I'm not perfect. But that was my day of food, what I decided to eat, and I hope this was entertaining. Maybe you guys got some ideas for dinner or something. And I know I did eat a lot of eggs today too. I think I ate like 4 eggs, but it was delicious. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.